executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Alabama's offense will have the first possession of the game. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, they've been proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
Yeah, so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Making side adjustments here. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Breaks into the open. Finally corralled but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
Got enough for the 1st. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving it right down the field. You've just run to set yourself up now in 1st and goal. They are feeling it.
With the run on 1st and goal. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Setting up for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Arkansas's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a man. It's Shabera. They're working that left side. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Out of the gun to give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Tide crowd roaring noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his target down the middle. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Here's the handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. The snap sets up the throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Razorbacks decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Nice move to keep running. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure, and he knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field for a first down. Well done.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. This time on target.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Looks as if the Crimson Tide will have the first down. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. They get to him as he throws. Picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Shabera. Here comes the heat. Fires deep on the run. And he reels it in inside the 30. He gets it catch and run before he stopped. And the Razorbacks are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Not finding any running room. I think that loss is going to give back what they gained on the previous play, and now it's 3rd down. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. He wants it all. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Fitted in the window for the score.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who can score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the 2nd one, and now to try to get things back on track. He's going to run it. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the 1st down? 3rd down, and it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the 1st time. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Just a wall of... There's everywhere he looks, and he's... Out of bounds after a short return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wide receiver comes in motion. Scanning the field, it's Shabera. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's just part of playing the position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? Probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. And you go to old Mr. Reliable in the red zone, and you still have a chance to turn this into 6 instead of 3.
And 3rd down, great job by this offense. Move the chains, give yourself...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Dropping back, it's Shabera. Throwing right. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had him. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Razorbacks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Secures it at the 30. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Now they'll run it to the right here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Trying to impose their will with the run. Turning it on! Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Zings it complete to the right. That's the 20. He's got space. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Right. Second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown time.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner will be brought down. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Off the play fake on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Shabera. Floating away. He'll pull it down and run. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. He's got the tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Wants to fire on second down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He gets the pick, but not the pick six, as they're able to run him out of bounds and limit the damage to wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense...
And the sack all the way back at the 5. When you play in a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Darius is when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Razorbacks line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the returner will be dragged down. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open.
He's going for a big play downfield. Picked off to stop the threat. And another interception for the Crimson Tide. And Bama has a few ball hawks in this secondary. You might be putting old Hootie Ingram in the sights for his single-season interception record with 10.
Yeah, and it's hard to find DBs that are going to catch the ball consistently. When you get one, it's a nice day. But when you get two, it's a great day. You got a guy ball hawking the football, finding it, creating big plays for this defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw at Shabera. Gets it out quickly. This guy just oozes toughness when he runs. Bangs his way to the 20.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
And the returner will be brought down. Here comes that Alabama offense. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. To the air on first down. Might be looking to run. Smashes through the tackle. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism.
Touchdown, Bama! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss.
Arkansas, 7.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. On the run, it's Miranda. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Razorbacks getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw at Shabera. Quick screen to the speedster out wide.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at him. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Razorbacks will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that 6th sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Back to throw, it's Shabera. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize on getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good game before the stop is made. To the ground to try to move the chains. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. A big turnover here for the defense to end the quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll try the run. He breaks a tackle. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run play action. Grab behind the line. It's Miranda. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. A shot toward the end zone. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Leaves it with the running back. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, way to be creative. Way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly. Get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down.
Oh, he's got some space. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. From the gun, the ground game. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
On the move. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
The give to the tailback. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And it's